Wow, this arc in Boku no Hero has been really good. Yo, what's up? NX here. Today I'm here to talk about the fight that's been going on in the manga of Boku no Hero. Now, Dabi has been fighting this character named Geten for a while, and we don't really know who Geten is, and we have a theory onto what Dabi is. He's probably Toya, to be honest. Probably still. A lot of fan theories point towards Geten being Natsuo. It can be assumed that Natsuo has an ice quirk on account of his white hair and a trait that he got from his mom, and that he feels sensitive towards warm weather. He's also 19 years old in college, who he hasn't really seen his family all that much until he met up with his mom and sister in chapter 187. From what we know from the Shifuku, Natsuo's passion is medical welfare, so he's a med student. Geten is a mysterious member of the Liberation Army who values power and the usage of quirks freely. Now, during the latest chapters, we've seen like Dabi fight this guy for like, I'm assuming not that long of a period, because while that fight was going on, Twice was fighting what's his Chitose? I don't know that guy's name. He's like the feel-good ink guy who has like the puppet quirk. And Geten or Apocrypha has been like saying things like, "Oh, I know your quirk's weakness. You have to figure out a person's weakness if you want to overcome them in battle." Blah, 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 blah. And we get to find out that Dabi's quirk has the same weakness as supposedly Toya's quirk. We know that Toya couldn't really handle his quirk, and it hurt his body, and that kind of works the same way as Dabi. So I don't think Horikoshi is going to subvert our expectations on that. This seems pretty cut and dry. The reason as to why he's like waiting out so long is probably because it helps build tension in the story. It helps keep you guessing. I mean, Dabi's a cool character and all, but if there wasn't that like theory that he's related to Shoto and the Todoroki family, he probably wouldn't be as interesting as he is, because he'd probably just be some random burnt flame dude that just kills people, but the thought that he's connected to these characters leads to more of his backstory, his background, and like how his character motivation is, and what his character motivation is, and how that's going to pan out in the story. It adds a lot more drama to it, and that's something that enhances the story overall. Now, do I think Dabi is Toya? Yeah, there's no way he's not at this point. Like, there's too many hints, too many signs, too many, it's just obvious at this point. And like I said before, the only reason why Horikoshi is holding out on this is to just add the flavor to the story, so to speak. But yeah, there's like no way in hell that Dabi isn't Toya. And if you kind of look at it look how Dabi is like during the story, where he's just like this cutthroat dude, he'll kill anyone. He has no problem killing people. His quirk actually lends to the idea of killing people. It's kind of like not, or his usage of it rather. And Dabi's name just actually means cremation. It's you have to think like what actually made him this murderous, kind of psychopathic person. I mean, he's pretty normal, but no one in their right mind would just go around and kill people, just not have no empathy or sympathy at all. And I do remember that one chapter where either Dabi was bleeding or crying, whatever. Now I look back at that, was that I know his quirk burns his skin, it kind of makes it like rubbery, like, and he keeps his skin on by like the staples or whatever, but like, was that actually crying, or was that just like blood from him overusing his quirk? Because we have to assume that Dabi goes out, he kills people, real people. And I don't know, it's just something to think about. But back to Geten or Apocrypha. If you actually look into Apocrypha's name, its origin in Greek and Latin. Well, in Greek it's, I don't know how do you pronounce that? Apocryphtine, and then Latin is Apocrypha Scripta. Apocrypha's biblical or related writings that's not part of the canon scripture. So in nature, you could say it's hidden away. It's not in sight. It's not like readily accessible. It's hidden. So whatever Apocrypha's identity is, it's definitely meant to be hidden. It's not meant to be. I think there is an actual mystery as to who he is, but I just don't think it's Natsuo. I think it'd just be too much, Granted, we really don't know that much about Natsuo, so you know, a lot of things that we know about him could be lies and stuff like that. Not only that, like I mentioned earlier, I just don't think Apocrypha is Natsuo. I mean, if the Toya and Todoroki theory is true, then that would mean that Toya grew up with Natsuo and their sister, because it was Natsuo, Toya, and I'm forgetting Todoroki's sister. Name's not coming to me right now, but you know, it was just the three of them, and Shoto was ostracized from them because Shoto was different. He actually had the perfect combination of Rei and Endeavor's quirk. So, you know, they were together most of the time, so they probably knew each other's quirks well, since they grew up, and they were all kind of deemed failures. Dabi would know what Natsuo's quirk is, you know. And yeah, you could say that because Apocrypha's quirk has supposedly have gotten really strong, like he's really honed his quirk, so maybe it's just in a whole different like nature of how it works. And maybe, you know, Dabi did know how Natsuo's quirk works. The base ability of Apocrypha is not even that crazy. It's just, I control ice, you know. And I think it'd be really hard to like hide that. But I don't know, let me know what you guys think. You know, this villain arc has been really great. Horikoshi's been knocking out of the park with this one. With that being said, subscribe, random YouTuber stuff, and NX out.